Hey folks, and welcome to my how to get a car going session. The reason why I'm doing this is because I couldn't find the information, and the information was out there was pretty bad. You know, they're trying to rush it in 5 minutes or something, or you know, they miss so much details and you end up not knowing what you're doing. So I'm going to do, I think, is the first actual how to get a vehicle going in SCUM. So the first thing we're going to get started with is you need to find a car. There's the green ones, which are a little better because they're more all-terrain, and then there's the red WolksWagen. So this is called a Laika here. You're probably going to find it is a mess. The first thing you need to make sure when you find a salvageable Laika, I really doubt you'll ever find one in one piece, make sure it's got the motor. Okay, without the motor, that means it's really a car for parts for your other car. So yeah, you need to find that. The second thing you do, once you find that car, you want to push it somewhere. If you're on a multiplayer server, you probably want to push it somewhere and build around it and lock it up. You also want to get yourself a gold lock to put on the car. That would be helpful too. And the gold locks and silver locks to surround your base. Now, when you get your car enclosed, you know, you're probably going to use it for materials too, you know, for storage. It stores quite a bit. So you want to wrap it around and you want to give yourself a little bit of space to do other things because the game is a lot more about than just a car, you know, right? So I got some pretty heavy walls here in this case. So once you get that, then you need what you call here, I'll show you here. You need a car jack, okay? The reasons why you need the car jack, which could be hard to find and you can also buy it, took me forever to find it in this game. I don't know why. Because you're going to need it to take the wheels off of other cars, and sometimes it helps to put the parts in when the game gets a little buggy. So this car will not move unless it has at least 3 wheels, you know. So I got all 4 now, but you don't even expect trying to drive it, preferably the 2 front wheels and 1 back one at least. But you really would rather have 4 wheels, obviously. So you're going to need a car jack to put that on just to get the wheels off. See, you put the car jack on one side. If I want the wheels on the other side, I would put it on that side. So you take off the existing car. So assuming this is like an existing another car that I want parts for, you just need to remove it. And you're going to need a big enough backpack to put that darn wheel in. You know, otherwise, if it don't fit, then you're not going to move it. You know, so you can carry with a big backpack. You can carry 2 wheels. You know, so now I'm going to put the back on. You could put the wheel on just like that. So you need a jack for the wheels. Okay, don't let anybody throw you off. Sometimes it helps for the other parts to have the jack on. You know, sometimes for moving batteries and stuff like that. So the other thing you need, you're probably going to need a front seat, at least 1 seat here. I don't even have a door on this, so obviously you don't need a door. I wasn't sure about that. I was around looking for a door and actually didn't need one, but I would like one, so I don't have one yet. Okay, so the other thing too, which is really tricky, you don't see it because you're wondering what goes here because it's kind of empty, but there's an alternator. You're not going to be able to charge your batteries without an alternator. I heard if you're 2 players, somebody could push your car a little bit, get it going, but you really need that alternator. So that's another mission you got to find. Now tires, you could find tires and car parts and alternators in garages. I'll show you what they look like. See at the end there, you see the little garage there. Well, let's run to it quick. You will see car parts, the batteries, usually in these things here. So This one doesn't have it. So you're going to want to scope those out. Now for the battery, you're going to find batteries are going to be easier to find the alternators, but they're going to be dead. So, I mean, you could keep the battery in there for now, but it's also going to drain slowly. All batteries have a slow drain on them. I don't know why. It seems to be faster than normal. But you're going to need to get this battery going, to get this car going. You're going to need one of these medium battery chargers. Now you could charge these little batteries, but you could also put the big battery in there, and it's going to need to be at 20%. You don't want it lower than that because this car doesn't start right off the bat. You will drain a battery even close to 20%. It'll make you nervous. So you're going to need to do that. Now without, the problem is here is right now the game only charges the battery when you're around it. So if you go offline and you're hoping, oh, the battery will be charged when you come back, no, it will not. So you need to be in the area to get this battery charged, you know, and then when you look at the batteries, you know, like these little ones, it'll tell you how well it's charged. So you want that battery to be at 20% at least, and that takes a while. You also need the generator, and you're going to need gas. So it's not easy getting a car because you have to do all the other things to survive. You got to feed yourself, you need to arm yourself, you need to hunt around for parts so you can deal with things. So you're going to need a generator, and then you're going to need gas. Well, what I had to do here, as I found, let's see here, as I hunted down, I accumulated a lot of gas tanks. Oh, that's the wrong one. So you want to accumulate gas tanks because what you're going to need, your car's not going to have enough gas to get to a gas station. Okay, so you're going to need gas for your generator, and you're going to need gas for your car. And the gas is right on the left here, you know, and then you're going to want to keep gas as a reserve too. So you're going to need to make a run to a gas station. The gas station I went to is over here. I can see there's a puppet not too far away. So in this area here, there's not a lot of gas stations, but if your car happens to be close to one, then you've got a bonus. So you're going to need to do a gas run. And the kind of gas tank you want, the gas cans, the best thing you could have if you get the big backpack is you want to be able to carry at least 2 of them. That makes it worth your trip. I don't think you can carry any more than that for gas cans, and you're going to be fully loaded. And that big one, it does a good job, you know, so I always keep at least one big one in there. Now when you get enough gas in your car, you want to, first thing you need to prioritize is go to the gas station, grab all your gas tanks, everything, and then load them up. Make sure you got your card with you because you need your card to buy the gas at all times. So then you head to the gas station and load up all your gas containers that you have along with the car. And that'll keep you from having to go to the gas station. You'll have enough gas to charge your batteries, which is part of the car thing. I'm trying to remember. You can also bring this car to the traders. There's a mechanic. You can put the car on there. I don't think it matters what your fame points are. You can buy parts and you can fix parts. You can also fix, I don't have one right now here, but a car repair kit will also fix some of your parts on there if you want them to be, you know, more thing here. But so remember too that the car does take damage. So if I get into it here, so you won't be able to sit in it unless you have a seat, at least 3 tires, alternator, battery. That's what gets the car going. You got to remember that because it's the part that gets frustrating with a lot of players is why can't they get my car going? You know, so if we sit into the car, you know, you're gonna, you see on the right the battery level, it's not too bad, the fuel and the health. So you're going to hit bumps, you're going to want to repair your car. You know, you want to be able to drive carefully because you've worked really hard on getting your car going. And you can see when I try starting it using W, it took a little while to get it going. You know, so I used up some of the battery. So if you got a low battery there, it's going to be difficult. Now that your battery is at 20%, you get going. You're going to be, your alternator is going to charge that battery. So the best thing you do, you know, while you're getting to the gas station and all that, that battery is going to charge up. You need to be careful. If you got a low battery, if you get out of your car stops. That means you're going to have to restart it. And if your battery's dead, that means you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, having to really either buy a new battery or get battery to your battery charger and then wait for that. And that sucks if you're far away, because once you have a car, you could get far from your base. So you need to watch your battery levels. So I'm going to get out of the car here. So I'm trying to think of anything else I forgot, because I don't edit my lessons here. What else did I forget? Well, you can see, you know, if you look at if you want to lock it, you just right click it, remove lock. And it didn't remove the lock. Huh. Something's keeping it from removing the lock. I'm not sure. See, there are constant game bugs. Can I remove the lock there? Yeah, see, it works there. But you want, this is what the enforced lock looks like. That's the kind of lock you want on your car. Why I can't remove the lock right now, that's interesting. Well, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. To make the problem with these battery chargers, to make these battery chargers, you need the medium one, not the small one. The key part that you need, the rest are fairly easy. Metal pipes can be a little hard to find. I don't think you can buy them, so you got to be looking around for that. The rest of these parts are pretty easy to find. And you need the electrician tools, and you're probably not going to find that. You're going to have to buy it from a trader. It's not cheap, but one electrician tools will probably be enough to build this thing, and then you're going to need to repair it right after you build it, because it's not going to be 100%. So you're going to use, I use the full electrician tools for this thing, you know, and you can see it degrades. You know, it's at 96%, you know, so if it's 50%, you only have half the slots. So you need to make sure, you know, you have the tools for that. So that's another good pointer. And again, like I said, these battery things, you have to be around it. Otherwise, it's not going to charge. It's not going to read it. That is a bug. They're going to fix that, hopefully. It's possible maybe you don't have lights. The lights are nice. Most cars, I think, come with them, but you might have to add those parts onto it. And then like stuff like the bumpers, you know, look, I'm missing this part. That's not necessary to get a car running. Those are just parts you want to add to it. You can also add armor to the car at the mechanics. You're not going to find pieces of armor anywhere, as far as I know. That's going to be a mechanical upgrade. And surprisingly, the parts aren't really too expensive, you know, but you're going to need to make money to get the car going. I mean, so you can't just focus on the car. Now, other players are going to want to steal your car. The more you get it ready, they're really going to want it. So that's why you got to keep it enclosed. You're going to protect it. That's why you have, like on my here, I got an enforced lock, a silver lock, and then I got protection slots. I could do more. So you want to protect the work you're putting on it, because players will steal it. And make sure you touch it often enough so it doesn't despawn. There is a timer. I forget how long it is. I think it's less than 2 weeks, because I've seen the wheelbarrows despawn pretty fast. So that's it. I hope it helps. I hope it helps you going. I guess I could take it for a little ride here just to show you, you know, so I could get in here. It does move. You know, and then you just have to hit enter if you want to get outside of view. You know, the driving, it's not really, you don't really need a lesson in driving. You don't need special skills to be a mechanic. You know, it's fairly simple. You need to be careful though, because the last thing you want to do is damage your car. You know, you don't really have a rear view mirror, so if you want to back up, you pretty much got to do this. There you go. It moves pretty good once you get everything going. One more thing I'm gonna add to this, to move it around. You want to move it from the spawning area. You don't want to work from it in that spot, because other cars could spawn there, and also you don't want it to despawn. So, so one thing you can do here, remember, is you could move it by just hitting F and then picking it. You know, I want to move it forward. You know, it moves pretty good when it's got its tires on, but when you're missing tires, it gets really hard to move it left to right, you know, so you can push it to get it moving. So hopefully I've covered all the details, because I don't edit my videos, so I may forget some things. You know, I've got to add another seat so you can have passengers, but I believe I could have passengers in the back. Now the red WolksWagen is not as good as a car, but it, you know, it's the same concept. It's just not as good. This car is a little better for off-road, you know, but you hit a tree and you can take a lot of damage. So, all right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed people learning how to do things the easier way, and hopefully you don't go through as much grief as I had to do to get information on how to get a car going. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.